What's up, you guys? OldSchoolZerker here, and in this video, I've got kind of like a chill commentary for you guys. It's gonna be a pretty long commentary, so just kind of like a little disclaimer or a little heat of warning right now. This is gonna be a video that I kind of am making for you to just like minimize or put into a different tab and just kind of like, minimize and train while you listen to me, so you don't get any of those XP wastes. You got to keep up with the training XP. Yeah, I figured I would just kind of ramble on about some random topics that didn't really I didn't really feel like they were big enough to deserve their own video, so I just figured I'd put them all in one big video. And I'm not really too concerned about the length of the video. It could go however long I feel like ranting or rambling on or whatever I want to talk about for. So, yeah, I'm just going to be here training agility. You guys should be training too while listening to this, just a heat of warning. And I'm not going to take credit for this idea either. I actually I don't want to say stole, but I got this idea from a YouTuber called My Name is Bodie, or his RuneScape name is just Bodie. I'll actually put a link to his channel in the description. He makes RuneScape videos too, and I got the idea from him, and I figured I would just kind of do my topics and just some stuff that I kind of wanted to discuss with you guys, and I figured this was the best way to do it. So I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about is kind of like my RuneScape history and how I started playing RuneScape, really. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like I'm the most unlucky person on RuneScape. But, when I think about it, I think everybody thinks that about themselves in this game. I'm sure everybody has unlucky instances and they're just like, oh my god, I'm the most unlucky person ever. But I don't know. I've had some pretty fucked up luck on this game. I definitely, I'm sure there's people that have had worse luck, but I've had it pretty bad. So yeah, I guess we'll start off by talking about how I really got introduced to RuneScape and like who, I don't know what I want to say, introduced me to it. I started playing like mid to late 2006. My memory's kind of foggy on that because it has been so long. It's been such a long time. But I'm pretty positive it was in 2006. I can't remember if it was like middle or late. And really how I found out about the game is I was in 8th grade. I might have seen it on I remember RuneScape. If you guys ever went on a website called miniclip.com, it was like a website with just kind of like a bunch of different browser games on it, like all in one. And it was pretty cool. And I remember they would have like the top 10 most played games on that website. And RuneScape used to be actually number one way back in the day. I remember in my 8th grade computers class, I would always get on there, and RuneScape and like Club Penguin would be like the top 2 games on there. And I never really gave it a chance until my one friend here, Dr. Greenlung, he mentioned how he plays it. I'm not going to mention his real name because I don't know if he wants me to say his actual first name. So I'm just going to stick with Dr. Greenlung right now. And yeah, me and him were in home economics class, which if there's any foreign viewers out there, home economics class is basically just a class where we learn to be housewives. That's pretty much the simplest way I can explain it. We pretty much learn to cook and sew and do any household stuff like that. So yeah, it's a pretty fun class though. You get free food. So I wasn't complaining. And it was an easy A, so whatever. And him and another friend that was sitting at my table, they told me about how they played it and how it was really fun and how I should give it a shot. And so they eventually convinced me, and I went home one day. And keep in mind, before I talk about the instances that have happened to me, I've never had any sort of any online experience before in gaming or like dealing with a community of people on the internet. So I was pretty much a fresh slate. Like I had no clue about how people were on the internet, trolls, scammers, lures. I had no clue about anything. So yeah, just keep that in mind when I'm telling this story. And I was in 8th grade too, so I was pretty fucking stupid. Not saying I'm not stupid now, but I was a lot more stupid back then. And so yeah, my very first account ever was actually called Carnitine1. And if you're wondering about how I got that name, I was actually making my account. And the funny thing was, I was actually drinking a Monster at the time of making my account. And I was just like stumped for like I really wanted to make like a cool name, like just a cool sounding one, you know, like kind of an original one. I didn't just want to make like Night 11357 or something. That'd be stupid. So I just kind of looked around on the Monster can for like some of the vitamins and minerals and whatever else is in it. And carnitine is something actually they put in Monster. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but I don't know. It does something for energy drinks. And so that's what I named my first guy. I thought the word sounds kind of cool, like carnitine. I don't know. I just thought it sounded kind of cool, so I picked it. And yeah, Carnitine1 was my very first account ever. I never got members on him. I was just kind of really just learning the whole tricks of the trade with RuneScape. My friends were helping me and whatnot, but they were still kind of noobs too. We were all pretty much free to play noobs. I don't think any of my friends were members at the time. So yeah, we didn't really know that much, but they were definitely ahead of me in stats and whatnot. And you know, I was training attack and gaining feathers to get some money and get some combat levels up, and I finally eventually got up to mithril armor and a black longsword, which I thought was the coolest fucking thing ever. I loved those days. That was so cool. Excuse me, I had to burp up an omelet I just had, but yeah, those were the coolest. I miss those days so much, where you just got like a complete boner and just jizzed all in your pants. Not literally, of course, or maybe. Anyways, yeah, when you got mithril armor or adamant armor for the very first time ever, I can't find this ladder, and you just jizzed. You were like so fucking excited. It was, I don't know, that was just the best thing ever on this game. You can never get that back after you already do it, and it kind of sucks. I really miss that feeling. That was the coolest thing ever. And I was like, oh my god, I got 20 attack. I think I had like straight 20s throughout my melee skills, so it wasn't, you know, that great. But yeah, I didn't know scimitars were like the best melee weapon either, so I was like, oh my god, look at that black longsword. I want it so bad. So yeah, I got that outfit finally. And one day I was just strolling through Varrock Center for some reason, and needless to say, I fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book. One of the guys, there was like a guy standing there talking about how jagex blocks you from saying your password in the game. And as most of you know, the chat filter just uses normal asterisks to block bad words or anything that it blocks out. So people would just say that and then, you know, just put in a random amount of asterisks being like, hey, look, I'm typing in my password and it's blocked. You should try yours. And I fell for it. I'm embarrassed to admit that, but I fell for it. I just blatantly spoke my password, and needless to say, that was the end of that account. Like, the guy doing it wasn't a noob either, so I was just like, man, dude, that guy's just being a dick, because he didn't even get anything out of my account. I didn't have money. Like, I was in myth armor and black longsword, and this is in 2006. The game's been out for like 4 or 5 years now, so mithril armor isn't really that impressive. There's a pretty good amount of it in circulation by then, and it was free to play too, so I don't know what that guy was doing. Maybe he was just randomly trying it. But yeah, I don't know what he ever did with that account. He changed the password, and I was never able to get it back because I didn't set recovery questions, unfortunately. And yeah, that account's been long gone, and I have no clue whatever happened to that account. I'm assuming he just took the shit off of it and then never got on it. So yeah, rest in peace, Carnitine1. So moving on to my second account, I quit for about a month, I would say. I was just like, this game's fucking gay. I hate this game. But yeah, about a month later, I came back. Everybody always comes back to RuneScape. You can never quit for good. It's like a curse. But yeah, so the second account I made, I didn't get very creative with the name. I just named them Carnitine 2. And that account was a pretty successful account of mine for, like, that was probably my best account I had for a good long while. And that was actually the very first account I got membership on too. And so this is around 2007, about the era we're in right now, by the time I got members. So yeah, it was about, it might have been a little bit earlier in 2007, but then again, it might have been around this time too when I got membership. So I was just now learning all of the new membership stuff. Like, I kind of, by that time, like, I started playing more. I actually kept my account and, you know, trained my skills pretty well. And I was getting into the game. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, this is a pretty fucking fun game. And so, you know, I was getting my stats up pretty well. And me and my friends, we all got membership and we started playing Members Worlds. And yeah, so I started playing more and more. And I got to like 90 combat, I think. I know it was in the 90s. I think it was just like flat 90 combat, which I was proud of. To train that account, I trained hardcore at Anku's at the bottom floor of the Stronghold of Security. And in case you guys don't know, those things are really good money makers. They're probably excellent money makers right now because they drop so many death and blood runes, but they are kind of high of a combat level. They're like 70s, I think. And they drop level 3 clue scrolls as well, too. So that's an even better chance for good money. And I pretty much camped those. I think I had like 75 strength and then like 73 attack and 70 defense. And I think like 52 prayer. Had around like 70 range and maybe like 60 mage. I was such a cheapskate back then. I never liked to spend money on like, I just didn't like spending it. I don't know what it was. Like, I wanted to get it, but then I didn't want to use it for anything. I don't know. I was just a really big cheapskate back then. I hated having to spend it to put it into skills just because I wasn't that good at making money. So it's not like I was that rich. And yeah, so how I got some of my money, I admit I did real world trade back in the day. I bought a few mills back in the day, or I should say my dad did for me. Yeah, I think the first purchase was maybe a mill. And back then, gold was kind of expensive. I don't think it's as expensive as it is right now on Old School, but it was a lot more expensive than it is on EOC. As far as I know, EOC gold's pretty fucking cheap. But yeah, I bought 1 mil and I forget what I put into that. But then I eventually bought a 3 mil purchase and I bought like my whip and obby shield with that. And I was so happy once I got my whip. That was the coolest thing ever. I know I didn't buy my own money, but I mean, I eventually started to learn to make money. And I ended up making like double or triple the amount of that anyways. So I more than paid for it. And yeah, so I got my whip and pretty much as soon as I got my whip, the first thing I went to was Castle Wars. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Because it was like, if you were a lower level, you could actually stand a chance against people back then. That's what made the game so fun. And that's why I think old school RuneScape is going to be fun for a really long time. Because, I mean, by that time, the game was out for like 5 or 6 years. And there was nowhere near as many maxed combat people as there is today on EOC. So I'm pretty sure it's going to take a while before old school RuneScape gets ruined, which is pretty awesome. I'm hoping old school lasts like at least 5 years. That would be epic if it did. So yeah, I always hit up Castle Wars and Fight Pits back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys did, but those were like they were so fun because at Fight Pits and Castle Wars, you know, nobody really went try hard. They just played it for fun. It wasn't like all the big 138 clans that go super try hard with their pack yaks and Ceradome and brew flasks and full Torva and chaotics and shit. It was none of that bullshit. Like that's what ended up killing Fight Pits and Castle Wars. Is just because all it was just fucking level 138s all on the same fucking team, camping, owning everybody else. And eventually everybody was just like, this is fucking stupid. I'm not going to do it anymore. And that's pretty much what happened. But yeah, so a notable accomplishment on Carnitine 2 is I actually got my first skill in the 90s on that account. And basically I was going for 99 fletching. And so I got all the way up to level 92, which in case you don't know is like exactly halfway to 99 experience wise. In 7 levels, you gotta like double the amount of experience you got getting from level 1 to 92, which is crazy to think about, but it really doesn't take as long as you think it might, just because you're gaining experience at a lot faster rate compared to what you were when you were level 1 and 20s and shit. But yeah, so I got to level 92, and then one night I decided to go to fight pits with a few friends of mine. And I decided to start talking shit to people, because I don't know if they were talking shit first, but I don't know. Me and my friends always did it. It was fun, because we didn't give a fuck. And Jagex was a lot more strict on how you acted in the game back then. So, like, you couldn't really get away with much back then. And so, yeah, I got a little mouthy that night, needless to say. And like a day or two later, I ended up getting permanently banned, or not permanently banned, permanently muted. Sorry, I got permanently muted. And back then, well, as you guys probably know, if you're playing old school right now, we don't have quick chat, we don't have grand exchange. And if you're permanently muted, it's close to impossible to play. It's really fucking hard to play when you're fucking permanently muted back then. But luckily, a friend of mine, Dr. Greenlung to be specific, let me he gave me his account information, which was nice of him. And I mean, I'm not a guy to hack friends. I'm not into that. I don't really do it, and I don't even know. Who am I kidding? If I knew someone's password that I didn't know, I would hack them. But I don't know anybody's password whom I don't know. But I wouldn't do that to friends of mine. And he gave me his account information to log on to forums and make forums posts, because I figured, well, if he lets me use his log-on information, I can still go for 99 fletching, and then I'll be happy. And the cool thing is fletching actually made money back then too, so that's what also kept me motivated. And then another unfortunate event happened about, I don't know how long, like maybe a week later, 2 at the most. There was one other kid whom I gave my account information to. He knew my password and username, and he actually just lived up the street from me, so I knew him for a while. And we were friends, but I'm not friends anymore, and it's not because of anything RuneScape related. It's just, I don't know. We just ended up getting along, and I don't know. I just didn't like him. And plain and simple, I just ended up not liking him. And I didn't feel like being around him anymore. He never admitted to this, but I'm fucking positive he did it, because nobody else knew my shit, unless if he like told some other random person about my account information, which I don't see why he would, because I mean, he would want the shit for himself. One night this was my freshman year in high school. And they were in 8th grade, and there was like a middle school dance that night, and him and one other dude, they spent the night together. I forget whose house. But so yeah, the next morning after, that dance or whatever, like I had a friend over that same night, actually Dr. Greenlung I had over that night, and these other 2 dudes, they were together as well. And so that next morning, I was playing RuneScape like most of the night with Greenlung, and we were just kind of going back and forth. Nerds, I know, but that's what we did for entertainment. And yeah, the next morning I was hacked, and all my shit was gone. And I was so pissed, man. I called that kid up and I bitched him out so hard. He never answered, because he never grew the balls to answer his phone, but I left him some pretty mean messages. I guess I shouldn't have got. I got a lot more mad than I should have over this game. It was nerd rage. We'll just say that. And yes, I was mad, bro, about my hacked account because I was working on 99 fletching, and I wanted to fucking get it because none of my other friends had a 99, and I wanted to like kind of be the first guy to do it. And I was halfway there, and I could have afforded some really cool armor that I wanted. But that didn't end up happening. So after that event, I ended up quitting that account and just made a new account whose name was Trying Again, which, you know, I thought was kind of funny. And I figured I was going to make him a Zerker peer because while I was training and stuff on Carnitine too, like fishing and fletching, I was really watching YouTube videos a lot. That's pretty much all I did while I trained was watch YouTube videos. And I watched PK videos a lot, and it just like, it made me want to PK so bad. So I figured, okay, well, I'm just going to make a Zerker peer. Needless to say, that account didn't last very long. I had no clue what went into making a Zerker peer. I didn't research it at all. I knew you had to do quests that got your defense up, but like I didn't think they gave you that much defense. And I actually trained my combat all the way to level 40 before I even really started questing, which is like fucking awful. That's... Oh, excuse me. That's the worst thing you could do. I mean, like, to make a Zerker pure, you pretty much have to quest it all the way up. That's just how it goes. Like, you do quests at 1 defense, and then you just don't train defense at all. You let the quests take care of it. And I had no clue about that back in the day. So, needless to say, I eventually got to 45 defense. I actually got a fighter's torso at like level... I was only like level 67 or 68. And so that was pretty cool. I know it wasn't like the lowest level to get a fighter torso, but that was like, you know, that was back in like 2008, maybe, I think. Possibly. Yeah, I think it was like 2008. So that, you know, not very many people had low level fighter torsos. I thought it was pretty impressive. It was quite the grind, but I really wanted it. So I eventually did all the quests, or most of the quests that I want to do. Like I did Fremennik Trials, got my Zerker helmet. I got up to Rune Gloves and Recipe for Disaster, and then I realized I'm like, I was 45 defense by that point, and I only had Rune Gloves. And I realized that if I did any more quests, I was going to have to go over 45 defense. And I was kind of pissed about that. I just started training Hunter for a bit, because I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go for 99 Hunter. I'll hunt red chins and make a lot of money, and we'll make the best out of this account. You know, fuck it. And I forget exactly how I managed to do it, but I managed to get that account permanently muted as well. So I just ended up quitting that account. He was ruined and permanently muted, so I just gave up on a whole nother account. And so I made another account called Y99, and that was just because it seemed like anytime I was going for a 99 skill is when all the unfortunate events happened. So I was just like, fuck ever going for a 99 again. Why even bother getting it? They're stupid. So I named my account Y99. And that was actually the best main account that I had for a long time. He ended up beating Carnitine too. I got up to like 90 strength, which is really good. I broke 100 combat for the first time on that account, and I was doing really good. And that account was fine and all, but like I gave up on that account really easily. I got another fighter's torso on him. You know, I did all the quests and stuff, and I think I actually got up to Barrow's Gloves on that account. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. It's been so long, but I'm pretty sure I got up to Barrow's Gloves for the first time on that account. And so yeah, needless to say, he was doing pretty good. I was just making him a Barrows peer because, you know, I obviously didn't know what went into making a low level peer. So I was just like, all right, well, I'll just stick with 70 defense. That seems pretty fun. And I did for a while. You know, I have 70 defense with Bear's Gloves, and I pretty much had most of the quests done. So I was on a roll. I was getting my strength up. I had like 85 attack and like 90 strength and 70 defense, which I probably could have went and PK'd, but I didn't have Vengeance, so I probably would have got raped. But yeah, I ended up trying to do smoking kills on that account because I was wanting to do Slayer. And for some fucking reason, I could not kill that boss. I don't know what it was. Like, I had decent stats. Like, he was just raping me, him and his, like, minions or whatever for smoking kills, but I could not kill him. I died once already trying to kill the guy, and then... no, I don't think I died. I had to teleport out. And I was like, what the fuck? I either teleported out or left or something. I just know I wasn't successful the first time. And then when I went back in there, I stupidly took my fighter's torso in there. And back then, shit protected kind of weirdly. And as you guys probably know, like it's weird how stuff protects over other stuff. It doesn't really make sense how Jagex made that. Like apparently a rune plate body protects over a fire cape in old school RuneScape, and I'm just like, what? How? What? Like, what kind of logic is that, Jagex? I think a fire cape's about 100 times harder to get than a rune plate body, but I don't know. Maybe they'll fix it. Anyways, yeah, I went in there with like dragon plate legs and fighter's torso. I was like, okay, I'm going all out on this motherfucker. I'm getting my best gear on and I'm gonna rape him. He raped me, long story short, and I ended up losing my fighter's torso. I'm just like, I'm done. I gave up like right then. I raged and then I gave up. And yeah, I gave up really easy on that account. I didn't try too hard. And really, after him, I think I just kind of, like, I waited a while to create another account. I played on my other friend's pure that he made that was actually members. I was just like, hey, it was actually Dr. Greenlung. He made a pure, one defense pure, and made it members. And I was like, yo, you just want to share that account with me? I'll like help you train it up and shit. Because I didn't really want to make another account, but I still wanted to play because I liked the game. But yeah, I didn't want to like make another account. So I played on that for a while. Eventually, I think I might have came back for a bit, but I quit really fast, and I quit for like, that was about the point when I quit for like a year. Yeah, I didn't play for like a year because that was when they took like I don't know, like pking was kind of out of the game. It was kind of ruined. I forget if PvP was in or not. I don't know. That was when like all the shitty updates were starting to come in, like no free trade, and I mean I know that happened in 2007, but like they were doing other shit too, obviously throughout 2008, just ruined the game even further. And I just kind of lost interest in the game for a while, about a year to be exact. I would say, and so yeah, I eventually came back and made my new account, which was Icey-Talentz, and I had a lot more knowledge in the game now. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make this guy a Zerker. Because like all my accounts, I've never once gotten above 70 defense on an account. And I like all my accounts, like I've always wanted to go PKing on them. But I never fucking got like the fucking stats to do so. Like that's all I wanted to do was just get a good PKing account. Like besides one defense. Like I wanted like a Zerker or Barrow's Pure. I didn't want to do no one defense. I was sick of one defense. And yeah, so I got on him and he ended up being the best main I ever had. This is actually the same account right now that I'm playing on. Like this is Icey-Talentz. Like if you look OldSchoolZerker up on EOC, you'll see my stats. I ended up becoming a maxed out Zerker Pure with like I had 2 chaotic weapons and 99 cooking. Like I had 99 HP, 80 attack, 99 strength, 45 defense, 99 range, 95 prayer with turmoil, and 99 mage. And I had like 72 summoning or something, I think. Something like that. So yeah, it was pretty good. And actually I had a total level of 1,900 on there, which I thought was pretty impressive for a Zerker peer. I was kind of working on total level. I like doing other skills, but I want to be able to PK too. Like, I don't mind skilling. It's just I couldn't like focus all my time doing that. Like, I don't know how level 3 skillers stay interested in this game. I don't know how not doing combat is fun. Like, I gotta get some combat in once in a while, but I don't know. I like skilling too, so I'm not hating on the skilling, which is obviously what I'm doing right now while I'm making this video. But yeah, so he ended up becoming a maxed out Zerker pure. I PK'd on him for a while. Got a pretty good bank. You know, I had fun on him, but I didn't get to enjoy it that much because then, you know, EOC came out. And I pretty much quit playing on him because I lost my chaotic maul in the most stupid way ever. I just like went out because I was mad, bro. Once again, I was mad. And I went out, some guy like rushed me. Like, I hate when people rush you in the wild and just attack you without asking. It's just like, okay, like, especially with chaotics. Like, maybe now it wouldn't be as bad, but like, if someone rushes you with a chaotic maul and you're not like potted or like you don't have your prayers on or anything, and they come up all potted, prayers up, fucking rushing your ass, like, they could just come up and smack like a 400, 500 on you out of nowhere. And it's like, it's fucking stupid because, like, you know, you would sit there, you would be spamming the food, but then you would at the same time trying to be getting your fucking potions to pot up for the fight. And at the same time, they're just sitting there wrecking your ass because I'm not Cerebrewed. I don't have my defense bonuses from Turmoil yet. So they're just sitting there like wrecking the fuck out of me while I'm just trying to get ready to fight. And I always thought it was such a cheap way to get kills in the wild. Like, I'm kind of about honor pking. Like, I think that's more fun to do. I would prefer to ask, and then I don't really like, I mean, I teleported just because everybody else did. But, I mean, if everybody else wants to DM in this shit, I'm always down. Like, I made pking video commentaries on that account, and I mean, I usually stayed. I didn't teleport that much, but I mean, I did teleport. I'm not going to say I didn't. But, you know, if people end up do honor pking a lot more, I'm going to definitely follow that. Because it just kind of sucks whenever you try and do it and nobody else does it. But, you know, whatever. I mean, I know you're not going to get every single person to, you know, PK honorably. But, you know, it's whatever. If a majority of the people do it, I'll definitely end up doing it. And yeah, so that account, I lost my chaotic maul. And then I pretty much lost all my cash too, because I would own Dorockers, whatever you want to call it. I failed this log 3 fucking times in a row now. Anyways, I would own Darok PKers like really easy for some reason. Like, I would always rape them. They would like never kill me. I don't know what it was, but people in Daroks could not fucking kill me. Like, they just never did. Like, I mean, I was using the chaotic maul, so I mean, I guess that was kind of OP'd, but they had at least 70 defense, so it was like, you know, and I'm sitting at 45. They should be able to withstand some hits at least. And I mean, like, I would usually rape them, and you know, they would never skull on me, of course, because I only had rune on, and I don't know. I dealt with it. So I was thinking, since they're so fucking easy, why don't I just, like, grab 3 mil cash and risk fight these guys? That's a smart idea. Isn't it, Brant? Nope. Ended up being the worst idea ever. Fucking, ended up fucking losing all my cash, basically. Because as soon as you risk fight a Darocker, like, if you're not risk fighting them and they're not scald, like, I swear if they're not scald, Darok doesn't do shit. But as soon as they get scald, Darok gets, like, superpowers. And as soon as you got that money in your fucking inventory, Darox gets like supercharged. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I never lost so much to Darox PKers. Like, oh, it was so stupid. Maybe it was because they didn't risk it as much. They probably saved a little bit more since they were risk fighting. But still, like, I had a chaotic maul, and they usually weren't fighting me. Like, I eventually learned a little trick I started bringing a D-skimmy, like 3 weapons with me out into the wilderness. I would bring a D-skimmy and a G-maul and my chaotic maul. And, you know, people were starting to become little bitches and, like, just not fighting you because you had a chaotic. And I never saw what the problem was because I fought them with a whip and shit. And I never had a problem with them. And if I used a D-skim and shit, like, I never had that much of a problem. I mean, yeah, chaotic mauls can hit high as fuck and get lucky combos on you, but it doesn't happen like every fucking time. So I don't know. I was getting sick of people doing that, so I started walking around acting like acting like a D-skim was my main weapon, and I started fighting people that way. And then I started just whipping out the maul like a few seconds later. I don't know. It was kind of cool to get them down and like kind of do like a switch combo, like get them down with the D-skim, bring out the G-maul, try and get like a good like 360 XP drop, and then just spec them out with the G-maul. That was pretty fun, tricking people like that. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of Icey-Talentz. I mean, I'm still playing on him, obviously, but on old school, so it's not really him. And I lost my maul. I lost all my money. EOC was coming out, so I mean, I was just like, fuck this game. I'm not playing it. And then that leads me to now. Old School came out, and I'm obviously playing now. So yeah, and I'm probably gonna be back pretty much as long as Old School's out. I'll be here, which is pretty awesome. That's why I'm saying I hope this Old School shit lasts for a very long time, because it's probably the funnest I've ever had on RuneScape for a long time. And we're getting around almost 38 minutes here, and I guess I could keep going for a little bit. I guess we'll try and break 40 at least, so I can at least entertain you guys for 3/4 of an hour almost while you train. Yeah, kind of another reason why I wanted to do these long videos is because I can't really live stream. My internet is just not good enough, simply put. My upload speed is only like a 0.8 megabytes per second, which is pretty shitty. And like my download speed is about like 5 megabytes per second, which I know doesn't really have anything to do with live streaming, but just giving you both numbers. And God, I keep burping. I'm sorry if I'm doing that right into the mic. But yeah, I would love to live stream, you guys. Like, you don't understand how much I would love to live stream. I would love to fucking do it, but like, I simply can't. Like, I haven't tried it on here. The last time I tried a live stream was on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 with my Elgato. And I mean, that was Call of Duty though. And like, when I live streamed, I could only live stream in like a pretty shitty 360p quality. And it would take me forever to find a game because it would be hogging up like all my internet power. And then if I did manage to get into a game, I would just be repping 2-bar like the whole time, which is stupid. So like, it was pretty much unplayable. So yeah, I haven't tried it on RuneScape yet. I'm thinking about trying it because I mean, just simply because RuneScape doesn't demand that much. It's, you know, it's a simple game. There's not as much graphics that goes into it. I probably won't like live stream pking, but everything else I could probably stream, like if I quest or something, or like just skill. And if you guys want to come hang out with me or whatever, like I'll have to end up trying that here soon. Just see like how laggy it makes me, like if it makes the game unplayable or not. I know I definitely most likely won't be able to live stream pking unless my internet gets upgraded, which I'm pretty positive it's not going to happen for a while. And so I figured these long videos would almost be like kind of my alternative to live streaming. I would just talk for a long time, but not too long, and just kind of give you guys some entertainment for, you know, if you want to train or something, give you something to listen to while you train, kind of treat this as like a podcast, live stream sort of thing. And that's kind of another reason why I wanted to do these videos, because I guess this is kind of like my form of live streaming, and just kind of talking about just a bunch of little, subjects that I want to ramble about, but aren't really like worth a video, I think. And yeah. Also, I know I uploaded another video today already, and it has been 3 days since my last progress report, and I wanted to mention something about those as well. Is it's only gonna be like, I'm not gonna do them like on a set schedule. It just depends on how much I do. Like, I haven't really done much. I've only really trained skills, and I've done one quest, which was animal magnetism, which I forgot to take the fucking picture of, but oh well. And I didn't feel like it was enough to really make a progress report video yet. Like, I want to have a good amount of progress done before I make a progress video. But the longest you're gonna have to wait between progress videos is 1 week at the most. Like, no matter how much I got done, if I haven't uploaded one for a week, I'll just upload it, just, you know, to get one out there. Or I could just do one of these instead, you know. We'll see, like, because it just depends. Like, if I haven't played that entire week, then obviously I simply won't have anything to show you guys compared to the week before. So I'll just maybe do another one of these longer type videos here. And also, I wanted to get another video up today because I actually made a new outro, which is probably the subject I'm gonna end this video on, because we are getting up to about 3/4 of an hour here. I actually finished my outro to my videos today. I actually made it myself. Like, the pictures in it and stuff aren't really me. Like, I took them off Google, but the background I actually recorded myself, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea because I haven't really seen. I'm sure someone probably uses that idea, but the people that I watch, I haven't seen them do kind of like the idea that I did. And I don't know, I'm pretty proud of it. I put it all together myself, and I hope you guys think it's pretty good. You know, let me know what you think about it. I'm actually proud of it. I put some time into it, and yeah, that's pretty much another reason, because I just wanted to see my my outro up on an actual video, because I finished it after I uploaded my previous video today, which was a tips video. So yeah, let me know if you guys are still like hanging around watching this video. Leave a comment. Let me know about how many times, first of all, I've fallen off this fucking log, and two, let me know how the new intro is. Hold on, I need to take a drink here. Been talking for a while. That feels better. Yeah, anyways, leave a comment letting me know how the new outro is, because I really want to know, and I'm probably going to start using that. So really the only thing I left to make my really the only thing I have left, blooper reel, is getting a nice good background for my channel, and then I'll pretty much be set. I might end up getting a different avatar. I don't know. We'll see. Like, I might end up trying to make my own or something, because I don't know. The bull's kind of cool because it kind of like goes with the whole Zerker thing. Oh my god, I'm like losing my ability to talk, so yeah, I better end this soon. But yeah, I chose the bull because it kind of goes with the whole Berserker theme, because like the Berserker helm has horns like a bull, and the bull's horns kind of looks like that. So, you know, I don't know. Simple thing I chose. I figured it looked kind of cool, so yeah. Also, let me know if you guys want me to make more of these really long videos. You know, they're, like I said, they're not like the most entertaining videos to watch. I just kind of figured, you know, I could make this, give you something to listen to if you guys are like grinding out any skills or anything, to you know, give you something to entertain you while you train those boring skills. Let me know if you want more, because I'll happily make more. I'm glad to help you guys train and help you guys level up and not get completely bored. So yeah, let me know if you want more, for one, of these long videos. Two, let me know about my new outro. Like, how do you think it is? Like, give me an honest opinion on how you think it is. Like, I'm pretty proud of it since I made it myself. And oh, that's even another reason to end the video. I just got 62 agility. So yay for me. One step closer to 99. Yeah. Also, if this is the first video you've watched of me, don't forget to drop a like. And even if, well, I guess you don't have to be a new guy to drop a like. Anybody can drop a like. But if you're new and this is the very first video you've seen of me, you should subscribe, because I'm going to be making these long videos possibly. I make tip videos. I make a series called Clue Scroll of the Week, and I make progress reports. And once I eventually get my stats high enough to go pking, I will be a maxed out Zerker pure, or that's my goal at least. I'm training to be a Zerker pure, and I'm going to be making some PK commentaries / videos. So yeah, you can look forward to all those. And I'll probably be making some 99 guides as well to help you guys train in old school, because it is a little bit different than Evolution of Combat RuneScape. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this long-ass video here. Also, I don't know what I'm going to call this. I think we'll just call it like Let's Talk. Maybe I'll call it that. It'll be a Let's Talk series. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I was kind of thinking about that before this video. Let's Talk sounds good. New series of mine, Let's Talk. So look forward to those and all my other videos that I make. So yeah. And as soon as I finish this lap, I'm going to end the video here, you guys. So peace out. See you guys next video.
Taking over, yeah, we taking over the game. And you don't have to wait now.